Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am VC Pramod with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds talks with his Bhutanese counterpart in Thimphu. Two leaders jointly inaugurate 720 Megawatt Mangdechhu Hydro power project. Two countries signed 10 MoUs in the fields of science, technology, engineering and judicial sectors. In Jammu and Kashmir, situation remains normal in areas where restrictions were eased today. Schools to open from Monday. 9-day National Tribal Festival Aadi Mahotsav begins at Leh in Ladakh. Bajrang Punia and Deepa Malik nominated for Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. 19 sportspersons including Ravindra, Jadeja and Poonam Yadav selected for Arjuna Award. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held talks with his Bhutanese counterpart, Dr. Lotay Sherin in Thimphu today. They reviewed the entire gamut of the bilateral relations and ways and means to further enhance it. The two leaders had one-to-one as well as delegation-level exchanges. They also jointly inaugurated the 720 megawatt Mangdechhu hydroelectric plant in Thimphu. This is the fourth plant built by India in Bhutan. Mr. Modi said,
दोनों देशों ने मिलकर भूटान की नदियों की शक्ति को बिजली में ही नहीं पारस्परिक समृद्धि में भी बदला है। आज हमने मांगदेच परियोजना के उद्घाटन के साथ इस यात्रा का एक और ऐतिहासिक मुकाम हासिल किया है। दोनों देशों के सहयोग से भूटान में हाइड्रो पावर उत्पादन क्षमता 2000 मेगावाट को पार कर आगे बढ़ रही है। मुझे विश्वास है कि हम अन्य योजनाओं को भी तेजी से आगे ले जाएंगे। भूटान के सामान्य लोगों की बढ़ती जरूरतों को पूरा करने के लिए भारत से एलपीजी की आपूर्ति 700 से बढ़ाकर 1000 मैट्रिक टन प्रति माह करने का हमने निर्णय किया है। इससे क्लीन फ्यूल गांवों तक पहुंचाने में मदद मिलेगी।
The two leaders also inaugurated the Ground Earth Station of South Asian satellite developed by Indian Space Research Organization. Mr. Modi said,
स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी के उपयोग से भूटान के विकास में तेजी लाने के लिए भारत प्रतिबद्ध है। हमने आज साउथ एशिया सैटेलाइट के अर्थ स्टेशन का उद्घाटन किया है। यह भूटान में कम्युनिकेशन, ब्रॉडकास्टिंग और डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट के कवरेज को बढ़ाएगा। दोनों देश छोटे उपग्रह के निर्माण और स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी के प्रयोग में भी सहयोग करेंगे। भारत के नेशनल नॉलेज नेटवर्क के साथ कनेक्शन भूटान के छात्रों और शोधकर्ताओं को भारतीय विश्वविद्यालयों के लिए नए साधनों से जोड़ेगा, जो विशेष रूप से हमारे युवाओं को लाभान्वित करेगा।
The first phase of RUPay card was also launched. E-plaque of the interconnection between India's National Knowledge Network E and Druk Ren of Bhutan was also unveiled on this occasion. India and Bhutan also signed 10 Memorandum of Understanding in science, technology, engineering and maths and judicial sectors. 3 MoUs were inked between Royal University of Bhutan and IITs of Mumbai, Kanpur, Delhi and NIIT Silchar. In the judicial sector, the MoUs were signed between National Law University Bengaluru and Jigne Singhe School of Law and another between National Judicial Academy of Bhopal and National Legal Institute of Bhutan. An MoU was also signed on aircraft accident and incident investigation between the two countries. For the cooperation in the space sector, ISRO signed an MoU with the Department of IT and Telecommunications of Bhutan. Prime Minister Modi also released a commemorative stamp to mark the 50 years of hydro power cooperation. Earlier, Mr. Modi received audiences from the King of Bhutan, Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuk, at the Presidential Palace. India and Bhutan have agreed to take the bilateral ties to new heights and take the cooperation beyond the hydropower sector. The resolve came during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's meetings with the Bhutanese leadership. Briefing media in Thimphu, Bhutan, about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's engagement with the King, the 4th Druk Gyalpo and Prime Minister Dr. Lotay Sherin, Foreign Secretary Vijay Gokhale said that there will be 3 pillars of the relationship between the two countries, which is enduring nature of partnership based on mutual interest and trust. He said they desire to strengthen science, technology and education links. He said India will be happy to assist Bhutan in the health sector, which is its priority. Mr. Gokhale said the first day of Mr. Modi was very fulfilling.
Our primary objective is to strengthen this relationship and have a forward-looking set of objectives to achieve in the next 5 years with the Royal Government of Bhutan, and this visit is really the beginning of that process.
Prime Minister arrived in Paro on a two-day visit to Bhutan this morning. He was received at the airport by the Bhutanese Prime Minister and other officials. Mr. Modi also inspected the Guard of Honor. Children and youth queued up with Indian and Bhutanese flags at most places along the 50-kilometer road from Paro to Thimphu to greet Mr. Modi. Union Minister for Environment and Forests, Prakash Javadekar, has said that coming together of basic countries, Brazil, South Africa, India and China, and putting views together is an important aspect of United Nations negotiations. Mr. Javadekar represented India in the 28th Basic Ministerial Meeting on Climate Change, which was held in Sao Paulo in Brazil from the 14th to the 16th of this month. According to an official release, the minister said the basic group could play an important role in making Paris Agreement accepted by all the countries in its true letter and spirit. He added that basic countries would be united and speak in one voice, and the joint statement which was issued has highlighted all the issues which are relevant today. In the joint statement which was issued at the conclusion of the meeting, the basic ministers expressed their concern for climate change and its adverse effects. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. In Jammu and Kashmir, the situation remained largely peaceful in areas where restrictions were eased today. Briefing media persons in Srinagar, J&K Principal Secretary and Government Spokesperson Rohit Kansal said schools will be open from Monday.
We expect that areas and regions in which prohibitory orders were relaxed today will also see relaxations tomorrow. The local authorities will assess further the fresh areas which can be considered for relaxation of prohibitory orders. We are planning to open schools on Monday, for which the necessary preparatory exercise has already been done. We also have the Hajis returning tomorrow, for which the Divisional Administration Kashmir has made adequate arrangements for facilitation.
Mr. Kansal said that movement of vehicles was normal in the areas and people were seen moving on the roads with private shops and business establishments also functioning. Divisional Commissioner Bashir Ahmad Khan said that administration raised sufficient fleet of buses to facilitate the Hajis to reach their destinations. He assured that Hajis, upon return to Srinagar, will find no difficulty in reaching their destinations.
मुझे उम्मीद है कि जो हाजी साहिबान कल वापस आ रहे हैं उनका वापसी है वो बड़ी स्मूथ होगी और वो अपने घरों को बड़े आराम से पहुंचेंगे। जो हमारा कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव प्लान है ये न सिर्फ हमने यहाँ तक इसको रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया है बल्कि इसको डिसेमिनेट किया है। जिदा भी जो हमारे वहाँ पे लाइजन ऑफिसर्स हैं उनके थ्रू तमाम हाजी साहिबान में इसको अनाउंस भी किया गया है ताकि उनको इस चीज की बखूबी इल्मियत रहे कि जब वो वापस आएंगे तो उनको किस किस्म के यहाँ पे इंतजामात मिलेंगे।
Indian Army inflicted heavy damage to Pakistan Army posts and casualties to Pakistani soldiers in Nowshera sector of Jammu and Kashmir today. The army action came after Pakistani troops violated ceasefire and resorted to indiscriminate and unprovoked firing on Indian forward posts in Nowshera sector of Rajouri district. A defense spokesperson said that the alert Indian troops started giving a befitting reply to Pak army troops after unprovoked firing on them. However, the Indian side lost one of its Jawans, Lance Naik Sandeep Thapa, who attained martyrdom during the exchange of fire. Lance Naik Thapa belonged to Vikas Nagar in Sahaspur block in Dehradun district of Uttarakhand. Pakistan's attempts at cornering India on the Kashmir issue at the United Nations failed miserably yesterday when most of the permanent members of the United Nations Security Council backed India at an informal closed-door meeting. India categorically told the international community that its move to scrap Article 370 of the Constitution, revoking the special status to Jammu and Kashmir, was an internal matter. The informal meeting of UNSC was requested by China to discuss revocation of the special status of Jammu and Kashmir. Only China favors Pakistan. The other permanent UNSC members, Britain, France, Russia and the US, want the Kashmir issue to be addressed bilaterally. India has expressed gratification that the informal meeting of the UN Security Council appreciated and acknowledged Indian government's recent decisions to ensure good governance and socio-economic development in Jammu and Kashmir. Briefing media after the meeting, India's permanent representative to the UN, Syed Akbaruddin, said India's position was and remains the same.
Matters related to Article 370 of the Indian Constitution are entirely an internal matter of India. These have no external ramifications. The recent decisions taken by the Government of India and our legislative bodies are intended to ensure that good governance is promoted, socio-economic development is enhanced for our people in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh.
Union Minister for Tribal Affairs Arjuna Munda today inaugurated a 9-day national tribal festival Aadi Mahotsav in Polo Grounds of Leh. This is the first mega event arranged by the centre after the announcement of Union Territory status for Ladakh region, which has 97% tribal population. While speaking on the occasion, the Tribal Affairs Minister said the centre would extend all possible help to protect the aspirations of Ladakh people.
यहाँ पर जितने भी प्रोजेक्ट हो सकते हैं उन प्रोजेक्ट के लिए हमारा मंत्रालय आपको पूरा सहयोग करेगा। जो यहाँ के एथनिक चीजें हैं उसको कैसे हम बचा के रख सके और दुनिया को बता सके कि हम कितनी मजबूत संस्कृति और कितनी मजबूत चीजें जिसको अभी तक दुनिया में नहीं जाना उसको हम वहाँ तक पहुँचाएंगे।
Minister of State for Tribal Affairs Renuka Singh said the Aadi Mahotsav would provide an opportunity to Ladakhi tribal artisans to come and get themselves empaneled with the Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India to expand their market base. Aadi Mahotsav is jointly organized by Tribal Affairs Ministry and TriFed with the theme A Celebration of the Spirit of Tribal Craft, Culture and Commerce. Former Aam Aadmi Party MLA Kapil Mishra and Party Women's Wing Chief Richa Pandey have joined the BJP along with their supporters. The two leaders joined the BJP at the party office in New Delhi today in presence of Party Vice President Shyam Jaju and Delhi Unit Chief Manoj Tiwari. Welcoming Mr. Mishra and Ms. Pandey into the BJP fold, Mr. Tiwari expressed hope that they will be serving Delhi by following the policies of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the philosophy of Deen Dayal Upadhyay and Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. President Ramnath Kovind and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have extended greetings on the occasion of the Parsi New Year Navroz, which is being celebrated today. In his message, Mr. Kovind said that the Parsi community of India has contributed enormously to the nation's prosperity and welfare and enriched it with its unique culture. In a tweet, Prime Minister Modi said, "Our nation is proud to be home to the dynamic Parsi community that has played a vital role in developing India." He wished the year ahead be full of happiness, good health and prosperity. The fire which broke out at the nursing block of the AIIMS, New Delhi, has been brought under control. 34 fire tenders were pressed into service to douse the flame. There is no report of anyone being injured in the blaze. Wrestler Bajrang, Punia and Paralympic silver medalist Deepa Malik have been nominated for the country's highest sporting honour, the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. A 12-member selection committee also picked 19 sportspersons for the Arjuna Award, including the likes of cricketers Ravindra, Jadeja and Poonam Yadav, track and field stars Tejinder Pal Singh Toor, Mohammad Anas and Swapna Burman, footballer Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, hockey player Chingleng Sana Singh Kangujam and shooter Anjum Maudgil. The panel also nominated 3 names for the Dronacharya Award, including former badminton star Vimal Kumar, and 3 for the Dronacharya Award in the lifetime category. In Hong Kong, democracy activists kicked off a weekend of fresh protest today. It will be a major test for the movement as China's state media in an apparent threat showed images of military personnel carriers across the border in Shenzhen. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds talks with his Bhutanese counterpart in Thimphu. Two leaders jointly inaugurate 720 Megawatt Mangdechhu Hydro power project. Two countries signed 10 MoUs in the fields of science, technology, engineering and judicial sectors. In Jammu and Kashmir, situation remains normal in areas where restrictions were eased today. Schools to open from Monday. 9-day National Tribal Festival Aadi Mahotsav begins at Leh in Ladakh. Bajrang, Punia and Deepa Malik nominated for Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. 19 sportspersons including Ravindra, Jadeja and Poonam Yadav selected for Arjuna Award. And that's all in the news at 9. Good night.